What's going on YouTube? It's Brayzon back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys here today. And this is just going to be a little bit of a market talk video. I know I've been getting some questions about, should I buy, should I sell, should I keep training, should I keep my coins, what should I do, and everything like that. And I do think the market is just continually crashing, so I'm just going to go over kind of the prices and it's showing you guys what to look for, maybe which cards are at a good price, which cards maybe to stay away from, and things like that. And we're just obviously going to be focusing with elites up, because honestly, goals and things like that, you're not really purchasing much unless you're trying to do like a set or something like that, or fill out a team chem. So first off, if we look at the 80s and 81s, we can see they're about 3.5K right now. And you know, obviously early in the year, they're going for a ton more. I really don't see them dropping too low, too much lower than this. I think about 3K is pretty good for these, even in the late game, because they're not really that useful, but you can't go too much lower because you can't bring them down to 1K, because then they'll be lower than the golds, and golds will be worth nothing and silvers will be worth nothing. So I think about 3K, 3.5K is where they'll probably sit for the rest of the year for the 80s and 81s. You know, that's just my opinion. 82, 83s, they do go up a little bit, not too much. They're only about 4K for the 82s right now. 83s, we see the lowest is about 4,500. So once again, they really can't go down in price too much. You know, even with the market, if the rest of the market crashes, they can't really go down in price too much, or they'll become literally not useful at all. And they have to at least have some sort of value, even though it may not be much. You know, you do have to have some sort of value. And this definitely changes everything when you're completing sets as well, because when you're exchanging them, you're exchanging two players for about 3K and a player about 4K. So you're really not you're losing coins off of it, but it kind of is what it is, because a lot of times you're not going to want to sell those low elites for about 3K anyways. Now 84, 85s, we will see a little bit more of a jump down to about 7,000 coins. A little bit under 7,000, but probably most of them about 7,000. And this pretty much goes for all promos. We can see its cores, MUT Superstars are even that low now. And these MUT Superstars were going for about 20K maybe a month or two ago, if not less. And the reason is, once again, these cards are just continually dropping with how high the cards are coming. You know, these ones do have a little bit of room to drop. Not much. I mean, you're only going to save yourself maybe 1,000 coins if that's what you're trying to do. There is a little bit of room, but I don't really see them going any lower than maybe 5.5K because of the prices. You know, like I said, that's not really too big of a difference if you're really thinking about it. 1K per card's not going to kill you. Right here is the 86s and 87s. So we're finally getting into the 5 digits now. So 87s are actually a little bit more. Now you start getting up to them being better priced. It's still about only 11K for the 86s, maybe 12K, because that one's a little bit out there. So I'd say probably about 12.5 for those 86s. And then the 87s are all the way down here. We can see they're about 14K at the lowest right now for these Ultimate Legends and the Legends. And the reason these are so low now as well is because people don't need to buy these cards for training. You can just go buy a 91 for 50,000 coins and get tons of more training instead of buying in 500 training increments. No one really wants to buy 500, 600 training anymore, because you need thousands just to upgrade one tier of that player. And it doesn't really make sense with how low prices are. 88s, 89s finally are getting up there a little bit. But like I said, the market is just continually crashing. They're about 20,000. They can definitely get down to maybe about 15,000 over time. It wouldn't be a fast adjustment, but I definitely can see them crashing, especially with how many Ultimate Legends come out. You know, these cards are not cards that people are putting on their team. The only ones I would say that are going to be a little bit higher are going to be Theme Diamonds, which some of them are going to be a lot lower. I mean, I bought my Antoine Randall for probably 80K when I bought them. So obviously I lost a lot of coins technically, or I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it. We can see these cards dropping down a ton of coins to 20,000 coins now. And once again, the reason is because we're getting to that time of the year. We're late in February. There's so many high overall cards. At this point, you really don't need these low overall cards besides to fill out rosters or upgrade cards. 90, 91s, we can see that they are going for about 43, so they still have a little bit of values at the 90s. And then if we try to find a 91, I don't know where the lowest 91 would be. Right here, about 54K. So we see about 40, maybe 43K right now is the Desmond Kings, which there seems to be a lot of them. Someone must have pulled them. Team of the Weeks are pretty low. It kind of shows you something as well because, you know, when Team of the Weeks are low, things like that, it is pretty interesting. But if we go ahead and look at the MUT Superstars, we can see these cards are priced really, really high. So make sure, guys, that you look through the promos when you are checking the market and just try to find cards that would be way overpriced and use power-ups on those. So it might be Series Redux, which it doesn't look like Series Redux are that high. But pretty much any card that you check, if they are way higher in price, you're going to want to use your power-up on them. Don't use it on the people that are 40Ks. Use it, especially, like I said, on these MUT Superstars. If you want someone like a Patrick Mahomes, that's what I did because, I mean, he's 200,000, whereas pretty much any other 90-91 that you're going to get, most of them at least, are about 40,000. So I saved myself 160,000 just off of, you know, using the market and understanding that some of the cards might be priced higher. So you definitely want to check that when you are going through the tiers if you're looking for specific players. You know, obviously, for instance, if you're going to create Tyreek, and it's something that I came across, I put my power up pass in Tyreek, but it doesn't make sense. I'm going to take it out because I have to buy Chris Jones, Sammy Watkins, and I forget who the third one is, Mitchell Schwartz for the Super Bowl promo to go ahead and get that Tyreek because you get all of the players back for free. They just become NAT. And on top of that, after you get those four, you know, you get that, or sorry, after you use those three, you get those three back as NAT and you get the Tyreek. And I'm sure there'll be other players that make sense to use that power up pass on. If we head to 92, 93, prices are starting to go up at this point. 92s are about 75,000 right now. And then 93s, it's going to depend on the cards, but about 100,000 it's looking like. And when you get to this point, these cards I definitely could see dropping lower once again. You know, I think 92s will probably get under 50,000 as the other cards drop, but it won't be too fast. But over time, as we continually get 97, 98s and things like that, I definitely see these cards dropping. Really, the only ones that hold value are the ones that people used for theme teams, but even like a Cameron Hayward. Steelers are a pretty popular theme team, but he's only going for about 75,000. I mean, by the time you find the next one, maybe he's going up for a little bit more. 94s, 95s. You start getting over the 100,000 mark because these cards, once again, some of these are the highest overall cards in that player. So someone like Emmitt Smith, you know, the Nnamdi Asomugha, that's a new card. So even though they're priced, they're still not expensive, but they're going to be priced higher because a lot of these cards are at the top tier of the card until they get higher cards overall. Then they will not be higher because, you know, theme diamonds people are using, even if they're not necessarily the best player in that position, they're using them for their theme teams. Team of the year cards we can see are going for about 228 still because a lot of these players, once again, are either one of the top players in their position or there's viable options no matter what. You know, someone like my Minka, I have him powered up, but this is a really good card if you just look at the base stats on it. 93 speed, 97 play rec, 94 zone. If you power him up, you're over 90 hit power. That's based. So, I mean, that's without boosting him or anything like that. It's a really, really good card. And then when we get to the 98, 99, we know we only have a couple in here, and they're all going for over 1 million coins at the moment with the Lamar, Mahomes, and Night Train. You know, obviously, it's going to continue to change, guys, but what you're going to want to do to make the coins off of it is I like looking at full legends or just any card that doesn't have a good overall. So for someone that comes to mind every time so far because he hasn't got a card, I know I did say Brian Dawkins was going to get a card, and I was right on that. So, you know, if you invested in Brian Dawkins, they might boost up in price when that card comes out. Someone else that I think is a Ken Houston. For instance, he's going for 27,000 right now. When his highest overall card comes, maybe he'll bump up to about 40,000. Maybe it's not going to be 100% accurate all the time, but maybe even his power up goes up just a little bit because it's a more viable card. It depends on the stats of the card when it comes out as well, but that's just something to keep in mind, guys. Hopefully this video does help you out. Comment down below with any more questions you guys have about the market. Drop a like, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and as always, I will see you guys next time.